ರಕ್ಷಿತ್ ಅವರೇ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ?
ಒಂದ್ ನಿಮಿಷ ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ನಾನೇ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇನೆ.
Hello, hi Banu. Hello Prabha.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Hello, hi.
You can start. You can start.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay, Banu and Madan, Prabha. So, do you remember what we have discussed last class?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Could you please tell me what we did in last class?
Like how to create a material,
Hmm.
then extend it, delete it,
Okay,
and regarding storage location.
correct. What is the transaction code we have used to extend material to the different location? Maybe
MMSC.
Okay, that's good. What is the reason we have to extend storage location? In what kind of scenario will be doing that?
Suppose the material need to be shifted
Like
to other location for that purpose.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, what is the transaction code we use for extending the material for some other views?
Sorry, ma'am, I did get extend the material form.
If you have left two other views, by mistake, you have left two views, okay, during the creation. So you want to extend that for some that particular view again. I mean, you have to extend two new views for a material which is already created. So what is the transaction code we use?
the 50 50.
No. Extend of views for the material for new material. Extend of view. Okay. So extend or creation of views MM01. Even for creation views MM01, even for extension of any in last class I have shown MRP 1 and 2, right? So which I have extended after creating the material. So I went for MM01. You got my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. Yes. Like we are thought only for creation of material. So
Yeah.
one
So
extension. Okay.
for extension, you're right. Okay. Yeah, I think this should be fine. So let's start with the next class. I shared my screen.
Ma'am, I have a doubt, ma'am. Like, this is related to my company also.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so usually, like in our company, like I asked with the purchasing team,
Mm-hmm.
so they don't use the MM01T code
Mm-hmm.
actually. So they use something
They
called
use
as Data Guru.
MM41. Sorry,
No. We have something called as Data Guru.
Data
Okay, so
Guru.
it is a website where they create
Yes,
everything.
ma'am. Actually, master data something it will come like over there. We will generate some code something and all.
Oh, I
So they
see.
don't
Okay.
use the
Is
T code
it?
MM01.
Are they not using SAP?
SAP they are using, but what
Ah,
they do is in Data Guru, they can
ah.
enter anything. It is basically like SAP only, but it's like a website version. So if they want to enter any new material, create item code and all, they do it in Data Guru itself, and that is linked to SAP.
Okay, okay. It's a different application which is via integrated with the SAP system. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
got it. Yeah. So
So what they
everyone will
do is
not have that. Mm. Yeah,
uh,
tell me.
they don't go through this process, ma'am. MM01, MM02. So they directly create the item in that. So item code is also generated in that, and directly you can view it in SAP.
Oh, okay. It is integrated with SAP. That's why. So what is the reason they're using that? Why they not use MM01?
That
Any
No
I
mention?
idea.
don't know, ma'am.
Okay.
Like actually, for example, we want some safety wall, so we will
Mm-hmm.
add all the specification. Even if we want the drawing, also we will add all those required things
Uh-huh.
and we will generate a code. And that code we will copy in Excel sheet and we will keep it.
Okay.
And after that, we will go with the commercial, like not commercial. We will ask vendor about. We will send that PDF and all, like drawing.
Mm-hmm.
Then we
Okay.
will collect the vendors, 3 vendors minimum. That's
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's what.
this is like
Oh,
P2P cycle.
okay.
This exists, ma'am. Like this P2P cycle, asking the vendor, then vendor approval.
Mm-hmm.
All this is like in SAP only. But this item code generation, whatever this material master, what you are talking now, so it is all
Mm-hmm.
linked to the data guru itself.
I see. Okay.
And that is
Okay.
completely JSW thing, ma'am. It is only used for
Uh,
JSW.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like only for JS. If you go to other places, other company, they might not have that applications. Maybe similar to JSW industry, maybe they might use, but usually everyone they use SAP MM01 or MM41 like that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, but good,
So
no
like,
problem.
uh,
Good to know that process also. You can also explain. We also work. See, apart from SAP, if someone else, see, I know how to create material using MN01, and also we have a new application to create the materials. So we have also used this kind of process to create. So which means you know the different process to create the same setup. Okay, it is also good to add in your resume and all. So you can adopt different way to create materials. So learn that also good for you.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. How about vendor master? How they do vendor creation and all, even in that same application, is it? Data Guru, vendor creation,
that I
supply
have to check,
creation.
ma'am. I'm not sure about that. But for that, we have something called Ariba. They use,
Oh, you also have Ariba, is it? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yes,
ma'am.
yes,
We
that
have
is
Ariba.
also there.
So in
And
Ariba, what exactly you do?
actually, that will be handled
Uh,
by commercial team, I think so.
Uh-huh. Okay.
We just
no,
send
in
the tell Banu.
Ariba, ma'am, for that vendor details and all.
I see. Okay. Yeah, no worries. There's no
But I'm
problem.
not exactly sure. But I somewhat know,
Mm,
Like,
like,
like what we do in the sense we will select the vendors and give it to commercial team, and they will decide
okay.
who the like quote that product like that.
Uh-huh. Okay. Okay.
So we don't have any access to those things. But yeah, we are familiar with the Ariba. Like we knew what is Ariba, we don't know what is there in Ariba.
Okay. Okay. No problem. That is again a different model. Now, which is an advanced version for SAP MM Ariba.
Okay, okay. Actually, what
Yeah.
does goes in how that quotation will tender or something will take over there?
No, we
Like,
also have everything in SAP itself, the quotation part, everything. Okay, I'll teach you. That is request for quotation. Okay, we call it request for
okay,
quotation. Like as you
okay,
said, in SAP itself, we will create a quotation. We'll send to a supplier. Okay, once we send to supplier, three whatever we want, like this quantity I want with this price range with this date I want. So we'll be sending the same quotation for three suppliers. Whoever whoever will be quoting for the lesser price, we will be selecting them. So that part, I think your finance team is doing that, your commercial team. So
yeah,
because
yeah,
they
yeah.
will be having the access for that. So
Correct.
they know, yeah. So they know which vendor I need to select for creating the order. So they'll have that ranking in the SAP itself. There is one transaction code that will show the ranking. Okay, this is a vendor which you can create. He stands in number one. So like that. So maybe that they have the access. Based on that, they will finalize the vendor.
Correct, ma'am. They will have all the details like for this product, this much will be the price according to the past data,
Mhm.
and who are in blacklist, something, all the things they will
Exactly.
have.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True. And there are other applications also to for vendor supplier also. But anyway, first we will you can learn the basic things. Once you get into some other job or in your company itself, something, right? When you get into, you'll get to know more about it. Whatever we are going to learn is very high level. So SAP, we call it as a ocean. That picture what you see here, right? The water waves.
Mm-hmm.
It is like that. So symbolically, they're saying that SAP is a ocean. Whatever even I know, it's a drop of. It's just a drop, which even I know.
Okay.
So nobody can learn the complete SAP. So it is like that. You keep learning only one process. For example, material master only you take it. Whatever I'm teaching, you could be only a few percentage. But if you dig in to learn more, you'll keep on learning, 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 which will never end. Only for that particular topic also. So it's like that. Okay. So we're in chemical industry, as I said, MM01. Again, coming back to the uh, apparel industry, it is MM41. So like that, even a material creation itself having a different process. So it's like that. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am. Okay.
Shall we jump into other next topic, or do you have any other questions before we go to next topic?
Yeah, you can jump into the topic, ma'am.
Okay. So now last class, what we did is the end user part. So how to create the material, extension, storage, location, maintenance, everything. Now I'm going to show you the consultant part. Okay, in the back end, how it will be done. For that, OMS2 one transaction code. So this transaction code, you remember, I selected ROH as a material type. So here I selected ROH, right? Material type. So like that. So how this material type will get appear here? Okay. And you saw industry also. Okay. So this one ROH. Let me log in. Okay. So position means control F, search kind of option. So this is the ROH material type. Whatever you see over here, that is how it is getting reflected in the drop down. Okay. So once you double click on it, you get to see the screen. So here what we control everything. What is the view? It has to get reflected. What is the view? It should not get reflected for this kind of ROH. Everything is controlled here. So let me show you one example. So here what we did last class is MM01. So once you create, Yeah. So once you select this, click on enter and you see all this data. And you don't see here sales data, right? You see purchasing. Okay, let's see purchasing data, for example. So now we see as soon as I create this material type, I see purchasing view. So raw material is something we cannot sell it, but we have to buy always, right? So that's why we see purchasing view. If finished product, if I select material type as a finished product, we will have the sales view, because finished product is something we are going to sell it. We are not going to purchase it. So based on how it is getting reflected, why these views are getting displayed differently for each material type. So that is controlled in this transaction code. Okay, that is controlled in this transaction code in the configuration. So now I'll uncheck this, the purchasing data. Okay, for example. So if you see, everything will be here. So based on what you select, see, sales is not selected. That's why it is not coming. Now purchasing you saw, it was already there. Now I have unchecked it. Now I'll save this. Okay, now if you go, okay, now I'll click on this. You see, can you see the purchasing view now?
No, ma'am.
Yeah. So this kind of things is controlled in the material type level. The views are all controlled by material type. Okay.
What
So
is the code you used, ma'am? Like to get into that
OMS2.
OMS?
OMS. Yeah. You can
Okay,
note
okay.
down in the back end somewhere in the page OMS2 to configure the material type or to create the material type. If someone is open any transaction code, or getting into inside. Okay. So this is how the things will be control. So if you want to create, as I said, always we should create by copying this material type. So this is one of the reason where you can see, and this all some setting. Whenever you want to create new material type, always use a copy option. And here, one more important things which you have to know is, apart from the views, this is the one. Internal, external purchase order. See this part. External purchase orders. So always we select external purchase order as external purchase orders allowed. So which means for raw material, we can create a purchase order. Okay, if you go back. So because, yes, because we need to procure from the vendor, we can create a purchase order. I'll show you what is a finished product. So finished product, the finished product, it is 1. Allowed but warning issued. External purchase orders allowed but warning issued. In the sense, there could be some reason where for us it could be a finished material, but actually it is also going as a raw material. So that time you really want to procure that. So in that case, it is allowed but a warning message. If you think, yes, I need to purchase this at any cost, then you can still proceed. It will not stop you in creating the order. So that is how. So those kind of settings is controlled in the raw material, the material type level. Okay. And if you see here, quantity value updating. So here we have a valuation plant level, and this is a material type. So how it is controlled? So for this particular plant, this material type is a quantity updating and value updating. In the sense, so whenever the goods going out from a system to the outside to sales order or coming in, everything will be captured in the system. It will be update, everything details will be updated in the inventory. If I show you the raw material, Here, see, for raw material also, for this particular plant, everything will be allowed. Okay, so whatever goods you're sending or receiving, everything will be captured in the inventory. So I'll show you one more. NLAG is one of the material, non-stock material. So non-stock material, for example, a stationery items. Okay, we won't do any stocking, you see, because you will procure only when you need it. Okay, if new employees coming in, you'll need it. After that, you don't want to stock it. Okay, so this is a non-stock material. This is called non-stock material. So you understood the difference why we maintain the tick for quantity value updating.
Just to keep the record.
Inventory. We call it as an inventory.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So this is about the
ma'am,
material. Tell me.
one doubt, like, for see, we will keep the record of all the things. Okay, fine. What if the data storage exceeds from the required? Like for past 5 years, we are storing that something raw material. Data. If there is no storage, then what will be the
They will
scenario?
have, that's what this is a scenario where you really wanted that stock to be stored. You want to, stock it as a safety stock in case, because you know the protection level, right? So, but you don't have the space. So that is when we use MMSC to extend the material to the different storage location. So you have to
Oh,
make a space and you have to store that material to that particular storage location.
yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. So coming back to your question, why do you store material? You know there is no space, but still, why you want to store it?
No, ma'am. Actually, my question was like the data, whatever the SAP has, how that. So, whatever the records you will have for the raw material, how much you bought it, you bought it in next year, how much you bought it. Those are datas will be there, right?
Correct,
In the
correct.
mobile, what will happen? Like the past 5 years data will vanish by itself. Like,
Okay.
but it will hold the present 5 years like that. Like for example, for 2025 and it hold 2020. That much.
Okay.
If it goes to 2026, it will hold at 2021 like that. Is there any
That's
scenario
what.
about? And I'm thinking of back end of this like that.
Correct. See, I'll give an example for apparel. Maybe you can capture easily. See, in apparel industry, we have a warehouse, and each stock there is a place where to store certain material. For example, menswear. Menswear, again in that menswear, there is a shirts, pants will be there. Okay, so there is a stock where a storage location you want to store only shirts. You know how much you have to manufacture based on the previous year. You know that this year how much you have to manufacture. So with that, the system also tells you this is a quantity you're supposed to manufacture. This might sell it. By some case, you don't sell it. So what you do before manufacturing for next year, you will put a end of season sale. Okay, so you want to make sure that rack should be empty so that the new product which you're going to manufacture has to have some place to store it. So in apparel industry, they do like this.
Okay, ma'am, got it.
Okay, and in case of other industries, what they do, see, they will not just stock things, everything in the warehouse. It will occupy the space. In real scenario, I'm talking about, they will not stock the material. They know they need for a production, but they won't stock it. They'll stock only which is really required. How much is quantity required for next production? See, like they would have received a sales order from customer. They receive an order from customer. See, I need this item within this 3 months. So the production team, what they'll do, they'll check for the raw material. Do I have a raw material to produce that material in 3 months? If they see shortage, immediately the system will give a signal to the planner. There will be a planner who every day will come and check. Okay, what is the stock exists? Is everything is available for the production like that? He'll keep checking every day. He'll check. They'll give a signal. See, there's a shortage of the raw material to produce this product for the customer. Then he will immediately start doing the procurement process, like selection of the supplier, raw material, purchase order creation, everything he will start doing it. So he'll make sure within my 3 month I need to start, I need to complete the order. So he'll make sure the delivery date also will be shorter. Instead of 1 week, he will give within 2 days, I want this material to be delivered. So that he will send to production team, and production team will start producing the product for the customer who has to deliver within 3 months. Okay, so like that. So usually the real-time scenarios, they will not stock the material until they know that this customer is going to give me order every 3 months. So he knows that, okay, he's going to give me order for every 3 months, and this raw material will be shortage in the market. So in that scenario, he will stock it. Otherwise, he will not stock it.
But like there is no guarantee now, ma'am. Like it is just a prediction.
That's what the system will give that prediction. So there is called a forecast. Okay, based on the previous year, everything, the system will give a forecast. This year you might do this much. So now the planner will decide after discussing with the manager. See, this is the forecast for this year for this production. Should I buy or not? So they will discuss everything over there. Okay, there is a system, we call it as MRP running in the system. So there is a different application exists for that as well, to give a forecast.
Okay.
Annual based forecast, previous year forecast, 6 month forecast, everything they will run that.
Most of the time it will like assure that it will succeed.
That is again depend upon their business. Sometimes like if corona something comes which is cannot be predictable. Yeah, so like that. Yeah. So they will take, some business will take a risk. They'll take some confirmation from the customer. So like that, the communication will happen in the back end.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So now we got it right, the back end, how the material type works.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. Now I'll show you the chemical industry. This is
actually, ma'am, like in our industry also, it is kind of similar only. So we have to deliver our goods in like within 30 days of the customer order. So that is our organization goal.
Oh, okay. Then it will be very busy that 1 month, right?
Yes, ma'am. And like our one coil, like we manufacture steel, so HR coils actually. So one coil weighs around 25 tons.
Oh, okay.
Like that, we make around 1,500 coils per day.
Okay. So you can imagine this scenario, your scenario as well. So how they do that, based on what forecast, or they have received the order, right, from the customer. Yeah, so but to produce that, they should have the enough raw materials. And immediately they cannot, as they have only 1 month of time to do production, they can't, sit and do the procurement part of procuring the raw material if they need anything. So based on the forecast, they will start analyzing, okay, I might get order this month from this customer based on the back-end communication. So I should be ready with the raw materials. So they will start all the procurement process before that.
Yes.
So they produce on time. The scenario might be different in each industry, in each case, it will be different. But this is how it will work. Okay, now I'm telling you, you slowly connect with your people, try to understand what is their scenario. Okay, so how they 1 month, how they do it? Will they have the raw material ready? Will they have everything is ready? What kind of process they follow? Whenever you usually go for lunch or something like that, discuss, try to understand the scenario. So you are already in the warehouse, right? In the plant. You're in warehouse or in plant or in a factory?
No, actually,
I am in a running plant.
Right. So it will be you're already in a right place. This is the place where you learn each and everything. Okay.
Actually, the thing is, our industry will be running 24/7, ma'am.
Yeah.
So what? Ma'am, it's like. Yeah.
So that's what now. Like, see, 24 it should be continued. So we have to take care of the customer also. We need a customer for every, like, to our plant to run 24 hours.
Correct.
It goes in that way. That's what. Like.
Yeah.
Like we have to complete their needs, and we have to look after the other customer also. Like that's what. Like how they synchronize that thing, we are.
Yeah, that's what. See, running 24/7, you're running in the front end. In the back end, the sales team, they know what they were doing it. They're going and connecting with the different customer to get the order and everything. The procurement is getting ready with the raw materials. This kind of back end things will be going on with the sales department, purchase department. Okay, so that's the reason this is the plant is running 24/7. If they're not getting the order or nothing will happening, then the plant will run 5 days a week, because they know this is the order I'm getting and I'm done with my order, right? So if they're running 24/7, the sales and purchase team doing good job,
Okay,
and you have a good lot of customers are coming in, so like that. So they will be doing all the forecasting, discussion with the customer to getting the order done. So everything in the back end, everything is going on smoothly. So in the front end, in the plant, the things are getting produced based on the analysis. The planner also will be there. Maybe if you're aware, when you discuss, you'll get to know. There will be a planning team who's already discussing
Okay.
what has to be produced, how much has to be produced, for which customer it has to go, everything. They'll be doing that. You just try to discuss that scenario slowly. Now you're getting a little bit idea about this, right? You start
Yeah.
discussing
Actually,
with
ma'am,
them.
what happens is in our company, like if there is no customer order also, we do something called make to order. Like plant should never stop.
Ah, correct.
And make to order, and some like we have some grades which are like can be used by everyone. Like we know we'll get order, so that
Correct,
will
correct.
be produced.
Correct. Not based on the customer specification. So
Not
that
based
is
on the
something
customer.
standard. That is something standard which everyone needs today or not tomorrow, which is not going to expire also. So something
ma'am.
basic required material. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, that is what we are doing. Currently, today also we did that only. So I
Oh, is
am
it
aware of.
good? Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Learn all this. These are really very good. So learning all this, as you are already in a shop where the plant is going on, so each and everything you learn. Okay, you will get more knowledge of the SAP. SAP is nothing, just a system. Main thing, what you see in the front is what you're doing in the back in this SAP. That's it.
Actually, like I'm a bit aware of this PP module, ma'am, because I'll be continuously in touch with planning
Mm-hmm.
team, production
Mm-hmm.
planning team, and CSD team because I'm in mill, so I'll be
Mm-hmm.
doing production confirmation in SAP. Like
Mm-hmm.
I use T codes like MB51, MMBE.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have something called table MSCA, MSK.
Okay,
So
okay.
things like
Mm-hmm.
this I'll be using on daily basis. So
Okay,
I
okay.
bit idea I have about this.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear. So this, you want to enhance your knowledge by learning MM also, is it?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Okay, good. So now you're getting more idea about how the material is doing, material is maintained, created, everything.
Yes, ma'am, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. So now let's proceed with the chemical industry. Okay. So now the transaction code is OMS3. So you saw in the drop down chemical industry, right? You remember we saw the industry, chemical and everything. So this is how it will come. For example, if I copy this, I'll create okay, for example, I'll just do something like this. Save it. So if I go back, say by test industry. So this is how in the front end the team will the team in the end user can see all this. Okay, it is not a very big deal. It's very simple configurations. Just you have to know the transaction code and the path. That's it. Okay, I'll just delete it so that people will not get confused. That's it. So this is the backend which you were asking how it is, the material type, views, everything. So this is how the material part configuration. Any questions here?
Now the consultant will have that access, but end user doesn't
Yeah.
have that.
No, they will not. They will not.
Okay, how they will bring a barrier over there? Like we can go put that code and also check, right?
Correct. No. So that's why in SAP we called as a SAP security team. Okay, so SAP security team, what they will be doing for each user, they'll assign a role. Okay, let me show you one. So this is a security department, different model. Okay, now King is a user here. So King is a user. Let's see this user, what all the access he has. This is called a role. Okay, see, like this, they'll assign a role. So this person, King, is a test user. So he has all the access. Content access, purchasing team access, approval access, everything. Whereas in the real time, it will not be like that. If you're from a master data team and if I am a consultant, so I'll be having the consultant roles. Okay. So like that, there will be a consultant role. And if you are a master data team, then you will not have a consultant role. You will have a like for example, administrator role I'll be having, and you will be having only master data creation role. So this is how it will control for your name, under your name. Okay. So this is how they control by assigning the role. Even in your department, as you're saying, you will not have some transaction access, whereas a finance commercial team will have the access. So this is how they will control it.
Getting me.
Okay. Now let's go to create a vendor master. So we have a transaction code SK01. Okay. So similar way what we have seen for a material master. So similar way we have for customer master also. Vendor master SK01 to create. So now I'm teaching the end user part. Okay, here you create, click on organization, select. So you can go SK01 or you can go, you really want to continue without saving? Yes. So you can go to now, as S4HANA is there, so we have PB. Okay, so both are same. So even SK01 is a ERP system. Even though if you enter in S4HANA system, it will take you to this screen only, which is PB screen. PB means business partner. Okay, so it's business partner, which means vendor creation. So now so far what we have saw is material creation. Now what we are going to see is vendor creation. So these are some prerequisites before we create to start the procurement cycle. So main cause why we are doing all this, we have got a requirement from the team to procure the raw material, and we need to create an order for supplier. So before creating order for supply, we need to have a vendor and the material. For that, we are doing this step. So we have done the material creation. Now we are doing the vendor creation. Okay. So now this is the vendor creation. Click on the organization. Okay. So now select the group. Yeah. And here, so in vendor creation itself, we have a 3 views, like how we saw in material master, different view, purchasing view, sales view, basic view. Similar way for vendor also, we have a 3 view. We call it as a vendor or a supplier. Okay. So we have a 3 view. Here we have a general view, and we have a purchase order view and a company code view. So general view is something which contains the address details. Purchasing view is something contains the purchase or view terms and condition, payment terms, which is used during the purchase order creation. Okay, and the company code view. So company code view will have the what kind of payment we have to do for the vendor once we procure a material from him, and what is the payment we have to do within how many days. Those details it will come in the company code. Okay, so the company code will come during the invoice part, and purchase or organization view will come during the purchase order creation time. Okay, I'll show you slowly. So now So JSW to vendor. So as I said, we are in a general view now. Okay. So for general view, so 000 business partner. This is the role. Okay. Create a role. Enter. So let me enter some address details. Just for testing, I'll enter something. So just select this Karnataka. India. So, India. And region is Karnataka. Okay, address and scroll down. Communication, English. English, telephone number, fax number, email ID. Okay, so you have to enter these details. Then address overview. So you have the address and you have your different address. So sometimes what happens if the supplier is having different offices. Okay, so you want to send the, see, you'll be delivering the product from other places, whereas we need to send an invoice billing to other places. Then you will say my billing address is not this. This is my item where is my plant address. For billing, please send me for this office address. Then we have to click on this billing address. If we has a different address, so click on create button. Then you can just JSW billing, for example, the same vendor but a different address. Let's say it's a different area. And okay, so now as a different address, if you see, it will be available here. So now going to next, so you can keep changing the tab over here. So these are related to legal, in country type, PB type, partner type, employee. So who is this person? So let's say partner. Then date of origin. So some details. It is not so important. If something is there, we can enter. So payment transaction. Field type was changed. Field adjust will be adjusted. Okay. Okay. So here we maintain all the bank details of the supplier. So you know that when you are procuring something, we have to, in the back end only, it will, everything will happen. If we have given the back account details, so the account transfer will be done. Once the verification of everything done after order creation, GR creation, the verification is done of the invoice, then the team, the finance team will do the payment to the vendor via bank. So the bank detail has to be maintained. So this will be provided by the supplier in the real time. So status. So status is something where we want to lock. For example, this vendor is need to block for purchase order for a company core level. Then we can use this block. So not released, central block. So that what happens if someone try to create this supplier, they won't be able to do it. Okay, so they will get a message, it has been blocked while creating the order. So we can use that. This is all the general view. Okay. This is all additional technical information. So now we have maintained the general view. So what you do, click on save button. Okay, the partner 80044 has been created. So that you can see which is appearing over here now. So now, next you create the, go to change mode. So now what we did, a general view has been created. Next, we have to create the purchase organization view. For that, we have different role we have to select, like how for material master we selected different view. So here we have to select the role FLVN00. Let's find that. Yeah, this is 0, 1. Okay, let me do this, then I'll create the 00. So FLVN01, FLVN00. So first one, what we saw is a general view. The general view is a 000, whereas this is FLVN01 for the company code. Okay, now you see you got other similar view. Now just proceed. Click on this. This before that, this view was not there. Right now, this view has come. Now click on this view, which we need to extend it now. So here it is asking for the purchase organization for which you want to extend this vendor. So let's select something which like standard. So we'll select, this is the purchase organization which we need to extend this vendor to create the order. So currency, is it INR or is it a EUR? Okay, so let's make it INR, currency, and payment term. So within how many days you want to do the payment based on your discussion with the supplier. So within some time, there will be a commodity manager who will be negotiating with the supplier. Say I cannot pay immediately. I'll pay within 30 days. I'll pay within 60 days. That is talent of the commodity manager. Once the goods is received, by when they'll be paying it. So all that will be maintained here. Then any other, the salesperson, data person, who is responsible from the customer vendor side. So they'll maintain all this data. And here, whether it's a service-based invoice verification or all those tick mark will be enabled here. Here we have one more. Okay. So if that purchasing group, which vendor, so if you want to enter, we can enter here as well. The same thing what we see during a material creation. But it's not a mandatory, no need to enter. But maybe some company they maintain it, but it is not required. And in case if you want to block this supplier for some particular purchasing group, like which we want to block for this purchasing group, you can enable this option. So right now we are just creating it. And you remember, we also, I showed you automatic view purchase order tick in the purchasing view of material master. Similar way, you also have an automatic purchase order tick here in the vendor master. Do you remember?
Not
Yes, ma'am,
exactly.
yes.
Okay. So this is important because if you're not enabling this automatic purchase order in the vendor master and the material master, in the background, the automatic view will not be created. I'll show you that. There is a two way of creating the order. We can create manually and also automatic. So if you're not enabling this tick, we won't be able to create it automatically. So the PO will get fed by a background job set. So I'll show you during the creation of the order. Okay. So now purchasing view has enabled and we have maintained the data. So let's see if we have anything else. Okay. So now click on Save button. So we have entered the purchasing data. Now click on Save button. So now once you click on Save button, now we've seen the general data. Before that it was not there. So after we enter address details, it was, we could see here. After that purchasing data, we have added this role. So we could see the purchasing view and we were able to enter the details. Now to add the company code view. So as I said, there are 3 views. So now we will select the role for a company code. Stop if you find that 00.
And this
When we-
business partner is actually like for vendor also as well as customer also, right? Like
Correct. So this is newly for S4HANA, it has been done. Before that, we had a different transaction code in ERP, like XK01 for vendor, SD01 for customer. Okay, but now with S4HANA, everything customer and vendor are together. BP. That's all. Based on the role, we can differentiate.
In that case, we can sell the product also, not even purchasing.
No, we can create the customer also. We can
Uh-huh,
create the supplier and we can see, you see the difference here. FLBN is the supplier, FLCU is a customer. That's all. Only the selection matters. Okay. Any questions?
Till now you are doing end user part, right?
Yeah. It's end user part. Yes.
Okay.
Creation of the material. Okay. Check if there is any error. And see, whenever if you have something, right, you'll get to know message. So it will any error. It says something is missing here. You see, an entry required in a field. See, whenever you say get some this kind of error, like as I said in the first class, note down those error. Try to find out the solution for that. So that is how you learn. So it says some key is missing. Let's see where it is. Language key. An entry is required in field language key. See, there's an error still in the it says in address tab there is some error, so it will not allow you to save it until you click. So what you do, double click on this. It will give in a description what has been done. An entry is required in a field language key message. So it is one more very good thing is what whatever error you get, even if you don't know, you can search in the Google, because this is something standard available everywhere in the all around in the world, right? So everyone will be using. There is a SAP community, SAP system, everything is there. So this is a application like what you said, Team Guru, not Team Guru, Data Guru. What was that? Product
Data Guru.
application. Data Guru, yeah. So for example, similar type of applications, because which will be used only by certain companies. So that you will not find easily if you get any error, if you need some help or not. But whereas SAP is a standard ERP system, if you wanted help or something, see, you can find a solution in Google itself by entering this message number and this error. Okay, so like that, if you get any error, you will find a solution and they will guide you what has to be done to resolve that, configuration, what has to be changed, like that. Okay, now let's go back this. So diagnosis, what they say, field language key with the short description, language key has been set within customizing as a required field. There is, however, no entry in this field. See, someone has maintained this as a customizing. Customize means based on certain business requirement, we have to do it. As I said, no, in your business also, basic is symptom. The custom is something based on some customer. You will be modeling, changing the model, which or not all the customer is expected. Only few customer they want a different, the same thing, but they want in a different shape, different size, like that. That is called customizing. Okay, the standard, which means by default the SAP is provided standard for all the customer. If some customize is required, only my system, only my company will be doing that change. The same change you will not find with any other company. So like that. You do know, you got the difference between customizing and standard?
Yes,
Did you
ma'am.
get
Yes.
the difference? Yeah. So just memorize these words. SAP standard, SAP customizing. So SAP customizing, which I said, based on each company requirement, there will be some changes. But standard, which is provided by the SAP. So in our case, it is seems like someone has done some changes. So your remote session will be disconnected. Right? Okay. So it's like that. So now somebody has done some configuration for some testing purpose, I guess. So I need to find where is that key is. They have made it as a mandatory field, so it's required to maintain. Without that, it will not allow us to get inside. Enter vendor code. Do you remember what was the number? What is the number we created? Do you remember?
No, ma'am. We didn't note down. It was a
No problem. Let's search. So if you want to search something, you can search like this. Okay. JSW start. Okay. This one, 8044. That's right. Continue just saving. No. This is the one JSW. Okay. Go to change mode. Let's and find the key field. Database. Okay. Now I think that was related to something like this. It was saved. Okay. So let's go with the second role. I think it was in purchasing view. Let's see again. So good. This kind of error, if you get no, it will be good. So you'll remember. Remember the roles, okay? The three roles: general role, purchasing view role, and company code role. Yeah. Separate role. You want to continue without saying? No. Okay, let's go. Entries required of fee. You want to continue without saving? No. Language key. Let's see this. Yeah, you see this language key. We created the billing address, right? There, whenever you see something like this, it's a mandatory. Okay, so it doesn't allow to proceed further without filling it. So let's maintain that. English. That's all I think. Otherwise, there's nothing managed. So we will check now. Check button. And you see that error message below. If it says we are good, a number range is not assigned for the account group. Okay. We want to continue this. Address view. Check any other error. Okay. So it doesn't make difference, but still I'm just trying. Whatever change we should not be. Now let's check if any error. So we've gone through all this. Now we will click on save button. We'll check if any error. See, still some error is there. Number is not assigned for the account group IA00. Okay. We will create a new one because IA00. Yes. Let's select the standard one. 11,900. It. Let's check if any POs has been created. We'll take that. Slash control. I'm just checking if any order has been created recently for any vendor. Enter some. With this range, the recent any order has been created. So I have entered this. So this is the supplier. Sorry. I'll tell you more about this later. Now I need to find the right group so that we can create vendor without any error.
Isn't there like from before only SAP has given some test data? Because
Yeah, they have given. See, lot of them are testing it, right? So
uh,
that's why in purchase or plant and all, 0001 is a standard. Okay. So because lot of them are already doing it, they would have done some changes. So that is why it is causing so much problem. See, for example, this vendor. This is the 430. 430. Okay. SAP and group. Okay, let's try it this way. Maybe I'm doing it again. A new vendor. Let's try with this different group. SAP. This many of them are. You guys are okay to extend, or if you're tired, I just want to complete this one. So you're okay to extend some more 10 minutes?
yeah, no problem.
You guys are not tired? Tomorrow holiday,
No,
right?
no, you can continue.
Yeah, not a sheet. That's all.
Sorry?
Tomorrow we have weekly of them. That's why.
Okay, yeah. Tomorrow then you can practice something. is true. Okay. Right. So data business partner is free. So general data does not have any error. So let's save it. So general data got saved 232. Okay. Now go to change mode again. So we will extend now to other views. Find which one we get first. Yeah. L IVN 0 1 or 0 0. Yeah, here FLVN 01. Do you really want to continue data congestion running and therefore cannot be entered one? Do you really want to continue without saving? Yes. Okay. Now So let's proceed. Let's see. It seems the mirror. Let's see what is that. Entry required. Yeah, fine. Entry required in search term. GSW 1. Check what. Let's see any error. Okay, good. So before that, we'll save it. Okay, now again go back to change mode. Okay, now we will click the purchasing view. There again we'll start entering the, go to change mode. The data, everything is grayed out. So we'll enter the purchasing view. Maintain, enter. Okay, so once you enter, it allows you to enter the data. So order currency. What is the order currency? These are in required field, mandatory field which you have to enter. So let's payment term. So as I said, payment one you want to pay it. So I'll go a little faster because as we already covered this before. Here one more important is if you want to delete also you can delete. Okay, so you have deletion flag at purchase of. One more important. So it's better to know all this field. Okay, function F1 you can all use it if you want more details of any particular key. So purchasing data, partner function, sub range. Okay, now go up, check before saving, see any error. So data of business partner is free. So we will save it. Now we'll go with the other view. So go to change mode again. When you go to change mode, it will ask which role you want to add. So FLVN00. Am I confusing you all? You both? You're getting what I'm trying to do, right?
Yeah, we are just
Yes,
trying.
ma'am, but too much terms, so it is a bit confusing.
We are just staying just to understand what you're doing. That's all.
Yeah, but you're not getting confused, right? Like because I'm just repeating these steps.
Yes,
This is a
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Nothing.
friend.
Once
Yeah,
we'll practice
right.
it, so we'll get it.
Yeah.
And we will all have the recording session, right? No issue, man.
Okay. Finding the roles. VN00. I'm finding FLVN00. Company code review. I'm just trying to find that. Yeah, this is the accounting part. Company code view. Data has been saved, changes first. Yes. Okay, so now company code view has been activated. Now click on that. So now company code. See the standard company code. Yeah, always select 0001. Standard company code. Now see, This is the view which we were started working on and we got stuck. Yeah, now the company code is nothing but where all the accounting entries will maintain. For any vendor, if you do any payment and all, we have to get credited enough from our account, right? So reconciliation account. So click on this. This is a mandatory field which we have to maintain. So let's select the first one and okay, nothing much here. Let's go to the next view. Again, the same payment term, like what we maintained in the purchase org view, the same we can maintain here. And here, you see, this is one of the important checkbox. Check double invoice. Or sometimes what happens, supplier would have already sent an invoice. Again, you will try to send an invoice by mistake. Maybe he has forgotten or somebody has already sent it, but it was not known, so he will send it again. So then in that case, the system will identify whether it's a duplicate invoice based on the date, amount, and invoice number. Okay, with these three matches, then the system will throw on a message, it's a duplicate while doing the payment. So it's this check we should enable that so that it will avoid duplicate payment to the supplier. If you're not enabling this, sometimes we will have to pay double 2 times. Okay, so this is one of the important field. And payment method. So how are you going to pay to the supplier, whether by a check or by a bank transfer? So like that. So it is always bank transfer. I think it's speaking in a Europe because there's maybe this vendor different. It is T. T is for bank transfer. So anything else here? These are important. Current spawn is not much. Vendor status is something where, as I said, in the purchasing view, we also had a status, which means we want to block that vendor for certain purchasing groups or purchasing organization to avoid someone creating the order. So likewise, in company code level also, we can block the vendor or, delete the vendor. If it is very old vendor and you're not using any further, then you can delete it. Blocking in the sense, if you for certain reason you want to block this vendor for doing any payment, so someone should not do any payment. In that scenario, you can also do some posting block so that it will not get blocked. If someone by mistake they try to do also, it will be blocked. So it will not be payment will not be when will go to the vendor. So try to understand, okay, for this kind of also we have an option where we can block it or we can delete it, the vendor or a material. So like that, this kind of options also available. Now I'll do check to see if there is any error before we save it. Good. So we don't have any error now. So we have done the general data view. I'll save it before. Then I'll show you. Okay. So now we have done this. So go to. Yeah. So we have done the general data, purchase order level data, and the company code data. Okay. So like that, if you want to extend to some other company codes, also we can add that company code here. Okay. So we also have that option. Why it is not enabled here is now I'm in on a change mode. If I click change mode, when I go to here, then you get this create option. You observe this. Now I'll close again. I'll go back. See, I'll go this. I'll switch to display mode. So when it is a display mode, you will not have an option to enter anything. Everything will be grayed out, which is called a display mode. If you want to go back to change mode, click on again the same button. Then you see you'll get an option to do some changes. Before that, I was in a display mode. Now I'm in a change mode. Now I want to extend this vendor to some other company. Then I can go here. I can create it. So if I click on create, it is very easy. So extending. So now I want to extend to this company code. So save it, adopt as a supplier. Adopt. That's it. So this is got extended to, if you want to delete, you can also delete from here. So save it. So this is how we will extend, like how we extended the material, like that we can also extend. Yeah, because we have extended, right? So it is asking what is the reconciliation you want to maintain for this. So I'll show you what all error it will show. So see, does not exist for company code. So like that, I don't want to take that. Now I'll create. Yes. Okay, so this is how You maintain the vendor. Okay. You maintain the vendor for general view, purchase or view, and the company code view. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, so tomorrow you can practice it, the material type and material industry and the vendor master creation. You just try to practice that. If you have any doubt, we can connect back on Monday or Tuesday, right? We have some class
I think on
Yeah,
Tuesday, I
ma'am.
think so.
Tuesday. Yeah,
Tuesday.
we'll connect back on Tuesday.
Okay.
Okay, thank you everyone. Have a nice weekend.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank you.
take care. Bye bye.